whoever comes upon this stream at some point in the future. The camera is working. Everything looks good. Uh, Hope you're having a good day, good evening, good morning, whatever you're having, wherever you are. I am on at, for me, an unusual time, since I'm usually up late and I usually broadcast late. But I thought I'd put this one up just, I don't know, just because. Try something new, something different. Anyhow, as the topic or the title says, and the sort of all the introductory stuff says, this is a stream about filming the police. And I'm kind of looking over there and looking over there because of the setup that I have. And I need to fix this. Hang on. Yes, I'm teching. Woe is me and everybody out there. All right. Anyhow, so I see an introduction in this weird little corner of YouTube that I mostly exist. There are people whose channels are devoted to giving advice on how you should interact with the police. And the advice they give is very bad and very stupid. They also film themselves aggravating anyone they come in contact with, because it's their right to film in public, and it's their right to harass city, state, and federal employees, because they are there to serve the public. They are there to be their servants. It's all stupid. It's all, well, frankly, it's wrong. A lot of their assumptions, a lot of their stuff is just cherry picked from. They like quoting poster 7 when they go to harass people at the post office. They read the first couple of sentences in a paragraph, and then they don't keep reading, or they just ignore what the context of what's on there says. But the worst of them are out there inserting themselves into situations like traffic stops, like accidents, like arrests, and just being dumb. While researching something totally different, this happened a lot in the last couple of weeks, actually, I'm thinking about it. But while looking at something completely different, I came across a little item originally produced, as far as I can tell, in 2016 by a civil rights slash environmentalist slash anti-authoritarian slash pro-minority rights, specifically indigenous peoples. They produced a little booklet, little pamphlet, what they call a pocket zine, titled "Film the Police and Know Your Rights." And I'm going to go read that thing pretty much as it is, because the advice you'll get from that pamphlet is far more sensible, far superior to what you get out of my least favorite of all of these folks that are telling you how to interact with the police. A gentleman named Jose Maria de Castro, who likes to silence his critics by threatening to sue them, by threatening to take them out in the woods and beat them up, and whatever else he feels like threatening them with on whatever chemical concoctions on at any given time. He will charge you $30 for a piece of paper, or I don't know what he's charging for this, so for his new products. But anyhow, he's ridiculous. Go watch his channel. Maybe I'll put a link in it down below, although I probably won't. But look up Delete Laws with a Z, and you can check him out. Meanwhile, I'm going to go straight to the point here, which is going over Film the Police. Well, not straight to the point. We'll get to the point now, actually, aren't I? But here. I don't want to be the big giant guy. I want to be the tiny little guy. There we go. There we go. So you can read along if you like it. So Film the Police and Know Your Rights, a pocket zine. So, oh, and I should probably be completely upfront here. I am what the rights activists would call, I guess, a cop sucker. I back the blue. You know, the phrase it, back the blue till it happens to you. Yeah, it has happened to me. I have been in handcuffs. I have been the suspect in a couple of different incidences. And I've walked away from each of those without being taken to jail, without being put in the back of a police car, without any of that stuff, because I am not an idiot. I answer the questions, I clear my name, and I'm on with my day, as are the police, who have far more important things to do than to deal with someone who is not who they're looking for. So, anyhow. And ZXL Master, he put up the YouTube link to Delete Laws, his channel. Thank you, ZXL. Saves me the effort and the pain of having to go over there and look it up, because all he's doing these days, every time I see him pop up on someone else's channel, is infomercials for he's hawking his products. But anyhow, headache, got to deal with that. So, page 2 of this pamphlet. We are all cop watch. Having an active witness with video documentation can prevent a bad situation from potentially being a whole lot worse, either on the street or in the courtroom. It also really helps to either know their laws, your rights, or have someone who knows them have your back. Groups like Cop Watch and Cop Block organize just for that. Actually, I think these groups, Cop Watch and Cop Block, organize something very different. We'll look at their websites at the end of this, as well as the website of the people that originally, I think, the ones that put this pamphlet together originally. What is Cop Watch? Cop Watch is a movement of individuals or groups that observe and document police activity to prevent police misconduct and police brutality. The Berkeley Cop Watch Handbook states, we have joined together to fight for our rights and the rights of our community by taking on the task of directly monitoring police conduct. That's right. We walk the streets and watch the police. Although it is important to resist police brutality by taking cops to court, filing complaints, and having demonstrations, we believe that it is crucial to be in the streets, letting the police know that the people hold them accountable for their behavior in the community. Nothing wrong with that. If you are walking the streets to watch the police, absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, that picture there, well, what's wrong is when you insert yourself into situations you have absolutely no freaking idea as to what happened before, what's happening now. What's wrong is you are riling up the situation. That's wrong. So, but as far as that goes, Berkeley Cop Watch, good for you. There's nothing wrong there. Page 3, continued. While Berkeley, California community members and students are credited with initiating the first Cop Watch in 1990, groups such as the American Indian Movement, Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, they have their radical roots in patrolling their communities to address police violence since the 1970s. Some cop watches, like LA Cop Watch, the guerrilla chapter, are more focused on community organizing, while others on accountability. Jose Martin of Chicago Cop Watch states, it's not about individuals filming the police. That's all of our responsibility. And if we care about our community and love our neighbors, then we have their backs. We Cop Watch to organize communities, not just to be social workers or the police's police. Again, Cop Watches can include consistent patrols, maintaining an independent database of racial profiling, community know your rights workshops / trainings and info dissemination and ICE raid response intervention. They can be centralized or totally autonomous. Anyone with a smartphone can be cop watch, which we see here on YouTube. Anyone with a smartphone can be cop watch, but they tend to be dim-witted sociopaths who are doing it. Tips for recording the cops. This is actually the good part right here. The introduction was just sort of the political positioning, or so you know where everybody stands. Here, tips to recording the cops. Anytime you see police harassing someone, even yourself, record the interaction. Actually, let me pause you for a second. If you have watched Delete Laws, the leader of the vast movement, a lot of this will sound familiar. And now I'm seeing where he's cribbing from. And so are you. Cameras can be a good defense against the police. If they know they're being recorded, they may be less tempted to violate your rights. Police can arrest someone they believe is interfering with their actions. Maintain a reasonable distance. And if the cops threaten to arrest you for recording, explain that you don't intend to interfere, but have the right to observe their actions. Well, that's absolutely true. That's why when you see some of these folks and the police tell them to move back, they either do, or if you're Jose Maria de Castro, you behave like an asshole and you get yourself drawn in and held for a few hours. Anyhow, that quote is don't intend to interfere. So it's either I have no intent to interfere, but have the right to observe your actions, or I don't intend to interfere, but have the right to observe your actions. So, yeah, kind of messed it up there. I made a typo. If the issue becomes diffused, you can simply delete the video and ask the person or group being harassed if they would like the video. Yeah, and that actually is a key right there also to a lot of the YouTubers. They don't want the situation to be diffused. They want to inflame it and aggravate it so they can get something cool for the YouTube channel. Unlike here, we never try to have something cool for a YouTube channel. Okay, if the incident results in arrest, then you can contact that person or their lawyer and provide the video as potential evidence. It's also good practice to ask while recording for the cops' badge numbers. You can, sorry, my inner editor is crying right now. You can also collect their cards for certain ID, as some cops refuse to identify themselves. Some folks take citizen complaint forms while on patrol to make sure folks could easily report harassment by cops. Yeah, if you hand out hard copies, maybe that's why they go to the police station and they ask for hard copies of forms that are available online and could very easily be filled out and be submitted, and actually probably be processed quicker. Although in some cases, mail is better. I don't know. I've never been in complaint departments. All right, onward. If the issue is extreme, most folks upload it to social media. Some apps are designed to ensure your video is immediately uploaded and not deleted by cops. Okay, that's good. So I guess, well, I don't know what that means. Maybe when they get your phone, they'll delete it. Or you can send it to local media. And there's apps available, it says here, at www.copblock.org/apps. Again, at the end of this, let's go look at copblock.org and see what that site is. Then they say, film the cops, not your friends. This primarily relates to large protest milieu, but can apply in other situations as well. With the ubiquity of smartphones and live streaming, police can and have weaponized socially shared video to further repress movements and individuals. Or don't be stupid and don't film yourself committing criminal acts. Nothing about repressing movements and individuals. It's about stupid people filming themselves doing stupid things and then putting it out for the world to see. Anyhow, www, there's a citation here, www.wecopwatch.org/live streamers make great informants. Yeah. Or maybe you shouldn't be smashing windows. Tips for dealing with cops if you are stopped for questioning. This is where people like Chilito de Castro and all these YouTubers go way off the rails. This is the advice that you should take and you should listen to when dealing with cops. Do not follow the example set by Jose Maria de Castro, by Christopher Cordova, by any of these idiots that you see arguing at the side of the road or arguing in the lobby or pitching fits because their rights are being violated. No, that is not the place. And this will explain that very clearly to you. And CXL Master says that on his tablet, deleting videos only moves them around. Yeah, plus everything these days, it seems, again, I haven't set it up like this, but everything, it seems that it backs up to the cloud. I mean, that's the encouragement you get from your devices, your providers, from pretty much everybody. Back it up to the cloud. And I noticed that where I work, everything is backed up to the cloud. And if you delete it from the cloud, it's actually not completely deleted. It's a two-step process. The first trash, it's kind of off the register. It's not there. But there seems to be, you have to delete it again to make sure it's totally gone. At least that's the impression I have from it. I have to look into it some more when I'm back to work. Anyhow, here are the tips. This is a very important thing. Maybe I should make this a YouTube short or something. Tips for dealing with the cops if you are stopped for questioning. 1, stay calm. Don't run. Don't argue. Don't resist or obstruct the police, even if you are innocent or police are violating your rights. Keep your hands where the police can see them. 2, ask if you're free to leave. If the officer says yes, calmly and silently walk away. If you are under arrest, you have a right to know why. Ask, am I being detained? If you are not, leave. You do not have to provide ID if you're in a casual conversation with police. Ask to leave often. 3, do not talk to the police or answer questions. You are not required to talk to police. Anything you say can be used against you. If requested to do anything, clarify if it's an order. 4, you have the right to remain silent, and you cannot be punished for refusing to answer questions. If you wish to remain silent, tell the officer out loud. 7, or whatever this number is. It's not 7. That's the page 7. But never consent to searches. A cop can only search you or your property without your consent if they have a warrant or a reasonable suspicion of a crime. Even if they search you, be sure to make them aware that you do not consent. So I guess this won't be a short, because I'm going to back up for a second here. I could just edit this thing. That would be a thing. Actually edit a video. Oh my gosh. So I refer to the people that love to come on YouTube channels and because they're law scholars and they are teaching you how to protect your rights. And then they show that they're just idiots. For example, a very popular thing among the crowd that is giving you horrible advice. Number 2 here, ask if you're free to leave. These idiots, they ask when the officer says, hey, you're trespassing, go away, stop, you can't film this lobby. And they say, am I free to leave? And the officer says, yes, you are free to leave. the response usually is, well, if I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay, because they're trying to inflame the situation. They're trying to make it worse. Don't follow the examples of idiots. Be smart. Ask if you're free to leave. If he says yes, leave. Do not talk to the police or answer questions. Like I said, you're never required to talk to police. But if they are about to put cuffs on you, or if they have put cuffs on you, it's probably better. Like I said, the times I've been in those situations, and I have literally been in handcuffs, talking to them, clarifying the situation, has let me walk away at the end. But then again, my encounters have been wrong place, wrong time, and just mistaken identity. One case it started out in handcuffs. I was actually the crime victim. So if I had behaved like an idiot, I would have been in jail rather than walking away. So, because they thought, like I said, that initially I was the suspect and I was actually the victim, but I had no idea what was going on. Suddenly I'm surrounded by police. You have the right to remain silent and can be punished for refusing to answer questions. Yes, that's true. So once you say that you are remaining silent, maybe you should do so, because a lot of these idiots, they don't. They say, I don't answer questions. And then they keep babbling then. So yeah, follow this advice here and you're going to be far better off. And yes, videos posted online may also be used as evidence against you. Yep, you're putting the evidence out there and up there for everybody to see. So onward with the actual document. If you are arrested, do not resist arrest, even if you believe that the arrest is unfair. Again, we can go back to my personal example where I've had wrong place, wrong time experiences of being detained, just this close to being arrested twice, and where I was the victim of the crime, but it appeared that I was the perpetrator of the crime initially. Do not resist arrest, even if you believe the arrest is unfair. Say you wish to remain silent and ask for a lawyer immediately. Don't give any explanations or excuses. If you can't pay for a lawyer, you have the right to a free one. Don't say anything, sign anything, or make any decisions without a lawyer. You have the right to make a local phone call. The police cannot listen if you call a lawyer. So this advice, again, that's if you're out there setting things on fire, smashing windows, or just cop watching. Let them haul you in if you've done something. Because I wasn't giving excuses or explanations. I was answering legitimate questions that would clarify the situation and would get me out of there. Because I knew they were wrong. I was right. It wasn't unfair. They were just doing their jobs. Most important part, this is the one where all of these YouTube activists and auditors and all of these people, this is where they are truly stupid. If you feel your rights have been violated, remember, police misconduct cannot be challenged on the street. Don't physically resist the officers or threaten to file a complaint. So don't physically resist the officers. Don't threaten to file a complaint. Don't go on about how you are a 20-year constitutional law scholar and you sue cops and you're being and the cops being added to your lawsuit. Don't do it. Anyone except idiots watch you do that and they shake their heads and they say, that's not the time and the place to go on like that. If you feel your rights have been violated, remember, Police misconduct cannot be challenged on the street. Don't physically resist officers or threaten to file a complaint. Continued. Write everything down you remember. It's your earliest possible time, I guess. Write everything down you remember, including officers' badge and patrol car numbers, which agency the officers were from, and any other details. The agency, that's actually very, very key. Get contact information for witnesses. If you are injured, take photographs of your injuries, but seek medical attention first. Or if you're a YouTube activist, you can like hold up your arm and cry about your bruise without having sought medical attention. File a written complaint with the agency, and this is what you do. You don't go in and talk to IAD in the lobby. You file a written complaint with the agency's Internal Affairs Division or the Civilian Complaint Board. In most cases, you can file a complaint anonymously if you wish. By the way, not anonymously, that's not going into the lobby, filming yourself, telling them that you don't answer questions or give out your name. Yeah, it's not anonymous. That's just plain stupid. So then there's some useful links here they have. This is the last page of the thing. And indigenousaction.org, that's who I was trying to remember. The earliest I could track this pamphlet back to, but doing half-assed research, because I do this YouTube stuff mostly for fun, actually entirely for fun. So any research I do is going to be half-assed. And 2016 was the earliest date I found this specific pamphlet on, and it's pretty much exactly as it was. And then it was showing up, being distributed by I think it was either Cop Block or Cop Watch in 2020 during the Summer of Love, with all of the quote peaceful protests with all the arson and rioting and looting. Yeah, but indigenous.org, indigenousaction.org, that seems to be the first place that I could find this. Now, let's look at these websites, because some of these civil rights organizations and fighting for your rights, they are in the YouTube mode, where I don't think that fighting for rights and educating people is what they're really about. Let's right down to it. So let's see. Let me switch gears here. Oh yeah, let me put this up here too, because yeah, that's very important to remember, people. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So we're going to stop sharing that screen. Pardon me, I thought I had this set up and then I closed the browser like I so often do, because I am brilliant at this. All right. So let's start with the granddaddy of them all. They're listed right there on top. We'll go through these in order. Let's get this back where it needs to be. Hope you're having a good day, ZXL. Hopefully you're getting your Halloween candy all bought, ready to go for the trick-or-treaters when they show up. Share tab. Share. Okay. So the ACLU, that's the first American Civil Liberties Union. It's the first site they list. Hi, Carrie. Hopefully things are doing good down under. I am educating people today. I should, because I am an activist and a scholar. So they see, let's see, what is the exact, of course, now it went away. Why did it go away? Because I am so smooth. Oh, right. Things are backwards down there. All right, come on. Go. There we go. All right, so they say that you go to ACLU, then you go to profile. Let's see what that tells. Defending the rights of all people nationwide. And then they want me to donate. Yeah. Race and criminal justice. What's the war on drugs? State and local must equal police violence. Yeah, okay. So this, nothing pops out immediately. So, all right. So www.copblock.org. Let's see what they have to say, or what they are. Well, I've already looked at this one, so I looked at all of them actually. But copblock.org. Let's see here. Badges don't grant extra rights. Oh, look, there's the first pop-up. I like their giant low-res header there. Oh, look, there's more ads. CopBlock co-founder interviewed. So, what do you think the main reason for this site's existence is? Let's see. Especially when you, okay, this is actually the wrong one. This one has been updated in July, so this one is still relatively active. Let's go to resources, start a group, grow a group, allied outlets, cop blocking 101, live streaming apps. And oh, look, there's another ad. Of course there is. And there's that pop-up again. Hey, look at that. And there's the ad. And there's more ads. And there's even more ads. And then there's one little tiny article here mixed in with the ads where you can download a streaming app, which I wouldn't recommend, but hey. Oh, let's see. Let me know to all viewers that I do not completely agree with everything being said by Steve. I'm a person with critical thinking skills and I have common sense. Okay, good for you. That's all anyone can ask and should ask of you. And being in my side chat, I don't know that means you agree or disagree or whatever. Let's see here. Cop Block Network. They have a network of Cop Block people here. Let's see what we have. You can support Cop Block by shopping at Amazon. Oh, look, another pop-up. Are you tired of the police state? Want to be part of a network that actively advancing the idea that badges don't grant extra rights? If so, join Cop Block today. And then we have one article. We have ads. We have them telling you what to do to be a cop blocker, blah, blah, blah. One-time donation to be a PayPal. So anyhow, yeah. And so here they have links to, where you can learn more and then an ad. So that's copblock.org. Then we have berkeleycopwatch.org. They were quoted in the pamphlet. Yep. And actually, DXL on the best of days, I don't think that anybody really agrees with me with most of what I say and do. Watch. Hence the reason that at one point I had a sign on my office door that read "Festering Ball of Hate." All right, here is berkeleycopwatch.org. And they got t-shirts. Huh. Oh, look at this. So what's different between this site and the site we just looked at? Well, these guys actually appear to be a somewhat legitimate activist group that aren't just here to get ad revenue off of AdSense or the health service they're using. There's not an ad in sight. Get involved. Meetings every Monday at 7:15 a.m., I guess. Office shift every Wednesday at 6:30. I'm assuming that's a.m. God, they get up early in the morning at Copwatch. Berkeley Copwatch has their email address at yahoo.com. Their latest article has on their front page was put up on October 2nd, as opposed to the other one we hadn't updated since July. Chess club organizer brutally arrested. Copwatch cookout. So this appears to be more active. They're not in it just for the ads. Get involved, campaigns, calendar, about. The resources tab is longer. Let's see, decal class. What's a decal class? Every semester they host a decal class. So these guys, I think they're the real deal, unlike that one other site. www.flexyourrights.org. So Berkeley Copwatch, if you want to know how to be a cop watcher, this seems to be a place to go. But I would avoid copblock.org personally. Actually, personally, I'd avoid all of them, but if you're interested in this sort of thing, flexyourrights.org. It's good for it. So, openpolice.org. Your story is too important to be ignored. George Floyd Awakening. Okay, we got ads. We got follow links. Questions about your rights. Okay, so this looks like a blog. Traffic stop. Let's see. Let's see what they say about traffic stops. How to avoid getting a traffic ticket. Always wear your seatbelt, even when playing Grand Theft Auto. Okay. Top 4 traffic ticket myths. So, well, this is pretty common stuff that you've probably covered in YouTube videos too. So maybe they might have something sensible to say. And the ads appear to just be on the front page rather than every single page. Well, there's this broken link here. YouTube refused to connect. Oh. Wonder why. So, again, they're not spamming you with ads, so that's a plus in their favor. Maybe Kara needs to make a disclaimer as well. Let's see, www.copwatch.org. So far, this seems like the sites that one should go to. Still, Berkeley Copwatch seemed to be the primary one. This flex your right thing seems semi-legit. WeCopWatch.org. This one's taking a while to load. WeCopWatch.org. Oh, they have a little graphic from the flyer we looked at. Well, I think these people haven't been around for a while. At least they're not doing anything on their site. This was updated June 3rd, 2020. And I don't think there's so much cop watching as just being anti-police. A statement from We Cop Watch on current, as in 2020, anti-police protests and rebellions in the United States. The videotaped killing of George Floyd and cries of "I can't breathe" have shown us once again the power and intimidation of cop watching as a deterrent to police violence. As protests and rebellions spread across the nation, people need to consider the dangers of how they use their phones in the moment and the impact it can have later. Danger. Yeah, this is advice to the peaceful protesters that were setting fire to buildings. Live stream is a great way to feed intelligence real time to the police. These images capture the identities and locations of people who may simply be exercising their rights, but can also be used to aid officers in strategizing targeted or mass arrests. Yeah, the right to light buildings on fire. Yep. I harp on that because I was in one of the buildings that lit on fire. While on the news, they were talking about, oh, it's a peaceful protest. Our phones are tracking us. They have always been tracking us. With a national emergency declared due to COVID-19, the gloves are already off and the surveillance state is in full effect. Phones are being used to track movements real time and can be used to connect people to incidents in areas regardless of what they were or weren't doing. They also will show that people were out in public in violation of curfews. Yeah. Except miraculously, at least in the Seattle area, COVID avoided all the mass protests. It was a miraculous thing to behold. So this is all outdated nonsense and advice on how to be a successful rioter. So copwatch.org, it's also not secure. So yeah, good thing about firewalls and crap. So yeah, don't waste your time on copwatch.org unless you're a big fan of delete laws and similar things. Or We Watch Cop Watch. We Cop Watch and Cop Block. Both those are bad places to go. And infoshop.org. I'm not even going to waste my time on that. But one site that actually I happen to know is an interesting one already without even having to go to it. No, I can't go to it. Well, that's weird. Can't get this to switch. Well, let's see if I can get it up here. Indigenous. Oh, here, I think this is their site. Yes, indigenousaction.org. This is actually a very interesting site. I've been poking around it a bit. As I said, this actually, I came upon when I was trying to track the freaking hell. Yeah, maybe it's time to wrap this up. Yeah, I'm getting close to my deadline anyway. Now I'm knocking over mugs. Anyhow, this is, and there's my reminder to actually wrapping this up. Indigenousaction.org. on the wrong side with the of the whole Israel-Palestine thing, but that's neither here nor there. There actually is some interesting reading, no matter what side of the debate you're on their site. I disagree with 90% of it, but it's interesting reading. And it is so out of the sites we've been looking at, the Berkeley Cop Watch and this indigenousaction.org, those are the most interesting places to go, I think, and the most useful. You're going to do the cop watching, social activism stuff. These are far better places to just go sit down, read some things. Don't watch idiots make fools of themselves. God's sakes, don't follow their advice. Don't follow their example. Don't follow their advice. Get that little cop watch pamphlet, or film the cops pamphlet. It's actually on my community page. It's there. You can download it. You can fold it up all nice and neat. Print it, fold it up all nice and neat, and put it in your pocket. Put it in your wallet. Put it wherever. Oh, get a rubber band. Get a rubber band. Put it in your car on the visor, so you have it there, so you can read it when you're stuck in traffic and remind yourself of what to do if you should get pulled over by the police or put in handcuffs or anything else. But yeah, don't do what the cop blockers or cop watchers want you to do. And on that note, that's all I have for today. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. The stumbling and bumbling, that's pretty typical of what goes on here. The topic is not so much. But push the like button, push the subscribe button, do whatever you feel like doing. I will give ZXL's disclaimer one more time. He is a person with critical thinking skills and has common sense. Oops. So there's the disclaimer. I hope everybody out there has critical thinking skills and common sense, and that you don't just watch YouTube videos and then go out and follow their dumb examples. But yes, hit like, hit dislike if you dislike it, push subscribe, do all the YouTubey things, and I'll be back, I think, Monday night, very, very late, and I'll be looking at proofs that the earth is flat at that point. So yeah, high quality entertainment here. Have a nice Saturday afternoon, all, or whatever day it is. What is it, Saturday? Let me just end this. Yeah, it is Saturday. And yes, I am an down activist and a law scholar. And I'm not even charging you $30 for a PDF or a piece of paper. I need to get on that, actually. Yeah, that's what I need to get on.